Hi, welcome to Auntie Nat's Crochet. Today I'm going to make another tote bag with this color. I'm going to use a 4mm hook and I'm going to crochet 2 strands at once. Okay, I'm going to start with the blue color. I'm going to use 2 strands at once. Make a knot. I'm going to chain 50. Well, the length is up to you whether you want to make it a bigger bag. The length, now I'm making the width. The width is 50, chain 50. 50 plus 1 actually. Okay, I have 51 stitches here in this chain, foundation chain. So here I'm going to turn to the back and I'm going to work on the bum side. So we go to the second stitch from the hook. This is the hook. The one on the hook does not count. So 1, 2. So this should be the one. So we're going to do single crochet all the way to the end. Only on the bum side. So I started with 50 plus 1. So now every row I make sure I have 50 stitches. Now I've come to the end of the row. This is how it's going to look like. This is the base. So when you come to the end of the row, chain 1, chain 1, turn the work, ignore this one, this is the chain 1, do the one from the foundation chain that is connected to the foundation chain. So technically it's kind of like skip 1, and here we're gonna start again single crochet all the way. So since we started with chain 50, so now every row we should have 50 stitches, and I'm going to make all in 6 rows. So we did one foundation chain, that does not count. So this is 1, 2, so that means I need to do another 4 more. So all in gonna be 6 rows of this single crochet. So when you come to the end, you chain 1, turn your work and continue your single crochet. I'll come back to you once I'm at the end of row 6. Okay, so this is how it looked like, the base. So now I'm going to do single crochet all around, means here 6 single crochet, here will be 50, this corner will be 6, and then here another 50. So by the time I come here, it is single crochet all around. So this is at the end of the row just now, after 6 rows of single crochet. So now I'm going to chain 1, I'm going to do single crochet here. Okay, here 1, I should have 6 here. Six single crochet, and now we go back to the foundation chain, and because just now we started off with the bum side, so now you're gonna get nice V shape here, so it's easier to crochet. If you did not do on the bum side just now, here you will not get this kind of V shape. Okay, so now you continue. I'll come back to you once I'm at the end of this row. Okay, I've single crochet all around, so this is how it's gonna look like. This is the base. I want it to be this length. You can make it shorter or longer if you want. Here, this is the last stitch. So at this stitch, I am going to slip stitch to the first. Gonna slip stitch to the first, and here I'm gonna leave a very long tail. The length should be the length of your back, how tall you want your back to be. If your back is gonna be this wide, this tall, this one, the tail, should be like 1.5 of the length of your back. So here, I'm gonna leave a long tail. It's 2 strands, so you're gonna be careful when you cut the yarn. I want it longer, just in case. Okay, now okay, I'm gonna start from here. This is the stopping point, the strand here. So you do not need a marker, you just rely on this. Here, I'm using back the same color because I wanted this length here, so that when I crochet later on, when I crochet all around, when I come back here, I do not want to make a slip stitch, because every time I make a slip stitch, it shows on the back there's one line of slip stitch from the bottom to the top of the back. So now I'm gonna make it this way. I'm gonna knot it this way where it will look invisible. So now I'll continue. Okay, I add my marker here just to remind me that from here to here I should have 6, and here to the other corner should be 50, and here to here should be 6. So here I'm gonna start from here. So this round we're gonna start from the back loop, only the back loop. Chain 1, kind of lock it. So this chain 1, I will treat it as the half double crochet. This is not exactly a half double crochet. Now you can see I go to the next back loop, you yarn over. After you yarn over, instead of the normal half double crochet, you yarn over and pull through all 3. I'm using this third one to pull through the other 2. So you will see the stitches go sideways. Unlike the normal half double crochet, it goes upwards. So you yarn over. This round, we're going to use the back loop. You yarn over, and you use this last yarn over, put through the 2. Same thing. It's not exactly easy if you're using 2 strands like me. You can do it faster if you're using 1 strand. But once you get a hang of it, you can see the stitches go sideways. Not like the normal half double crochet, it goes upwards. So you continue this all around until you come back to this. And you make sure you have the same number of stitches every row. Okay, you have reached the last stitch. Remember, we have working yarn and the tail that we left behind, because in order not to do a slip stitch, I do not want that slip stitch line above on my bag. So the last one here is what I do. You yarn over just like normal. You're supposed to put through here, yarn over and put through 2. So now I leave this working yarn, I take the balance yarn, same thing, put through, but now instead of put through 2, I pull out the whole thing. I pull out the whole yarn. Oops, too long, got tangled. So I put through here, one, two, three, four, five, 6. This is the 6th. This is the one that is supposed to stitch it. Put through here. Oh wait, I should put through from the front. Okay, you can rewind afterward. Here, by right, the normal way, you slip stitch to this one, but now I do not want to slip stitch, so I pull the not working yarn. This is the working yarn. I put that tail yarn, and then I put it through here, the one that I'm supposed to slip stitch to, and here I call it back to the back. It's a bit troublesome, but you see, there are no signs of there will be no signs of slip stitch. So here, from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the one that I slip stitch over. This is the one. Okay, you leave it there first. Oh, one more here actually. So you do that to every single end of the row. So I leave this long just in case. Okay. So now the next one, I'm gonna continue 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, this one. So I'm gonna continue with the same pattern all around, and when I come here, I'll do this type of knot so that it'll be invisible. You cannot see a slip stitch. So once you come here, slowly this one will shift to the side. It will not always be here, it'll be this side. So this row, blue color, because on top I'll be using orange, I want this blue color to be about 10 to 12 rows, which you make sure it's less than half of your bag. That will look nice. So this is like maybe 3/4 is blue and the other 2/4 is orange. That will look quite nice. So I'll come back to you once I completed that few rows of blue. Now I'll decide how many rows I should do. Now I just want to highlight, when you pull the non-working yarn over the second strand here, the second loop here, you make sure it goes through this small knot. That's why it's tight. It will not go anywhere. If this is loose, it means it didn't go through that small knot here. I'm not sure if you can see this. maybe the next few round, the last row, I'll show you again. You see there's a knot here. There's a knot between every single stitch, kind of twisted knot. This knot, you pull it through this knot, and here the whole thing, the whole V here, and this knot, especially this knot, it will tighten it. So you see, it's not moving, it's not losing, it's not going to loose up. So it's kind of like tight. Okay, so the next row, this one, you leave it aside. Let it go to the bottom. We're using the working yarn again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is our number 6. Here, I'm going to use the working yarn again. I'm going to chain 1, hook over, same thing. But this time, I'm going to work on both loops. From now on, it'll be both loops. And you'll find it hard to yarn over. Use your nail to hold it. Like this, you yarn over. Use your nail to hold it down. And you can pull through the other two. So here, as you go, you should not be able to see that slip stitch line. And leave this here, you make sure this is tight. So if this here is loose, you will know that actually you have missed that small knot. And I'll come back to you once I'm done with my blue color. Okay, this bag is quite long. I've completed the blue part. I did about 10 rows. And now I'm gonna change color, and also I'm gonna change pattern. So now I'll just add, actually I can add this about anywhere, but I prefer to add at the corner. Okay, you just add this, you do a chain 3, do a chain 3, then we do a double crochet in the next stitch. The next stitch, this count as a double crochet. So now in the next stitch we do a double crochet. I'm still using double yarn, and make sure to hide this tail while we crochet. So here we chain 1, go back to the same stitch and do another double crochet. Now another double crochet in the next stitch. Oops. We're gonna skip one. We're gonna do double crochet in the next. And again a double crochet in the next. Chain 1. Now we double crochet in the same stitch. You still hide this tail until the maximum if you can. Then a double crochet in the next stitch. So this is double crochet V, there's a chain 1 space in between, then double crochet, and then there's a V with a chain 1 space. Here we skip 1. So technically you need 4 space, 4 chain to make 1 pattern. So in a multiple of 4, and my blue part here I have 112 stitches altogether, so it's just nice for multiple of 4. So I'll continue, I'll come back to you once I'm at the end of the row. I've come to the end of the row. After this 1 pattern, I skip 1, that's nice, skip 1, And here at the top of this chain 3, I'm gonna do a slip stitch. Then after that, I will slip stitch to the chain 1 space here. Here again, we're gonna do chain 3. Which also count as a double crochet. Then we're gonna do a double crochet in the same stitch in this chain 1 space. Then we're gonna chain 1 and do 2 double crochet here. So you're gonna get something like this. So the next one, same thing. We go straight to the chain 1 space here. This chain 1 space here. And go straight to the chain 1 space here. And do 2 double crochet. Chain 1. 2 double crochet. And you get this pattern. So once you reach here, the end here, you slip stitch to this chain 3. And again slip stitch to this chain 1 space and do the same thing until you come to the row that you want, how high you want it. And I'll come back to you on how to make the strap. Okay, I've completed the orange part and the blue part. Now the top part. So happened I ran out of that orange, so this is a slightly darker orange. Maybe it turned out nice, I'm not sure. So now we're gonna do single crochet all around, and later on we're gonna make the strap. Since I've ran out of yarn, if you are doing it continuation from this orange, then you can just continue to do single crochet all around. So since I have to start with a new it's a new yarn, so it's like a new color, so I can just start anywhere. So I'm gonna do single crochet every stitch, just 1 single crochet all around. I'll come back to you once I'm at the end of the row. Okay, now I want to connect the zip on the top, so I'm gonna use a smaller hook. This zip comes with all these holes for crochet, and it's long enough for the back. So here I'll measure here, and I'll start to crochet to the back about here. Here I'm gonna do like single crochet. Once the zip is connected, here is just single crochet without the zip. Over this part, it'll be single crochet together with the zip. So I'm gonna crochet every single stitch here together with the zip. I'm going to hide this inside at the bottom. Once you had it fastened, one row, it will not move much, and that is the time we're gonna adjust the back here. I'll come back to you once I've got the zip attached. Okay, I've attached the zip. This is how it's gonna look like from the top. So here I did single crochet. Here it's not connected because there's no hole here. I just fold the zip inwards. Same with this end. And now I'm going to do another round of single crochet before I start to make the strap. The strap I plan to do it here. This is the corner. I'm going to do on the second flower here, or you can call it flower or fan. I'm going to do it here, in here, somewhere here, or maybe the third one here and here. So it's going to go upwards here. So now I'm going to do another round of single crochet first before I come back here and do the strap. Okay, I think I'll make my strap. I follow the length of the zip. I think I should do it somewhere here. Okay, I'm gonna make one here. Let me see which way. This side, depending on your left-hander or right-hander, and which side suits you more. Okay, here the tail, I'm gonna hide it inside the bag later. Here I'm going to lock it with a chain 1. Then I'm going to do kind of Tunisian stitch. Means I hook over, yarn over, and leave the yarn on the hook. Then I'll put through 2 by 2. Then I'm gonna work my way up until here, and I'll connect it this side. So let me show you again. Just like Tunisian stitch, if you know Tunisian stitch, you go through this straight line here, this line, vertical line here, you yarn over and leave the yarn on your hook. Same goes for this. Yarn over. I'm gonna make 4 actually. And let me see if it's too thin. If you think this is too thin, you can make 5. I think it should be okay because there's another strap the other side. So now I'm gonna have 5 yarn on my hook. I'm gonna yarn over and put through 2 by 2. So it's gonna be this thick. So if you want it to be thicker, then maybe you can do 2 more rows. So I'll come back to you once I'm connected to the other side. Okay, I just want to show you how it looked like. I changed my mind. I'm doing 5 stitches instead of 4. So this is how it's gonna look like. I still have a few more rows. So you put your hook in this vertical line, yarn over, and hold it on to your hook. So I did 5. So I should have 6 stitches on my hook every row. Every row I should have 6 stitches. So once I have 6, when I yarn over 2 by 2. I have a few more rows before I come to the end, and later I'll show you how I'm gonna connect it to the other side, how to connect this end to the other side of the bag. Okay, I reached the last row. So the last row, all this I'm gonna make slightly longer. I'll let you know why. You go through the same way, but this one pull slightly longer. Same thing. If you're gonna make 5 stitches, you make sure you have 6 on the hook. Okay, so this is long enough. I'm gonna connect it here on this third pattern here. So once I am sure where it is, I'm gonna pull through all this in here one by one. So it's better to pull it slightly longer than the usual. So you make sure, and this is the time to cut your yarn. Make sure your needle goes through all of it, all 6 of it, just like the Tunisian stitch. I've already cut the yarn, so you can go through again. Oops, missed one. Okay, now you can go through again 2 by 2. If you think that this loop here is too, like this one, it's too much yarn, you can pull through, tighten it a bit. Okay, I've tightened it a bit. Now the balance yarn, the same way, I'm gonna yarn over, pull through 2, 2, 2, and the balance yarn, I'm gonna hide it inside the back. Okay, this part here, I'll use the needle to sew it inside the back, and at the same time make a knot so that it will not come off. And you can work your way through here, and from here go down to the back. Go inside, and then slowly hide it between all this, and that's my bag. And not only that, because I plan to have my kitty cat attached here, so technically this is my cat bag. These cats, they do not have legs or paws, so I'm gonna sew it here, and I'll have myself a cat bag. Okay, thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in